If there's one thing we've learned along our travels, it is that somehow life always goes on. Okay, go. We're traveling again, above the clouds, on our way to the Himalayas. A dream, right? But here's the catch. We've been here before, in April of 2015. Yes, the big earthquake. Nepal was supposed to be literally the highlight of our trip around the world together. But in Kathmandu, our dream turned to trauma. Nepal, never again. Or so we thought, but we were wrong. We were simply drawn back here. Everything seems pretty normal again. The usual haze lies over the valley. No more tents in the city park. On foot, we carve our way back to the place where it all happened. The Basantapur Durbar Square. Perhaps something like St. Mark's Square in Venice, but with a lot more temples. And right there in the middle, Bhairava, the terrifying, the destroyer whom the Hindus ask for protection daily. We escaped the hustle and bustle and returned to Freak Street. That's what they call it here.
Wir sind hierher nach Nepal gefahren, um zu gucken, wie es uns damit geht. Mir geht's schon gar nicht so gut, weil wir machen hier irgendwie gerade so eine komische Aktion, wo wir uns auch in das Hotel eingemietet haben, wo wir das letzte Mal waren.
Let's digress a bit on the hotel options. Well, they are rather limited, often hidden in the winding alleys and backyards. Simple rooms, cheap, often not to be found online, so it's worth comparing locally. We chose the Sugat again. At the time, it seemed stable enough to withstand the numerous aftershocks. Steel beams instead of bare bricks. Today, almost all accommodations claim to be earthquake-proof. Back then, we were a group of 3, together with Hannah. See, rooms come in many sizes. And now being back, we almost doze off calmly again. On the culinary side, we mostly look forward to masala tea and those Tibetan dumplings called momos. Here's a view from the roof terrace of a familiar restaurant above Freak Street.
Jetzt sind wir frühstücken gegangen dort, wo quasi damals vor bald 3 Jahren, im April 3 Jahren, alles angefangen hat. Wo wir frühstücken waren und wo Jan richtig gut drauf war und gelacht hat und irgendwie richtig, ich weiß auch nicht. Ja, es war eine richtig schöne, ausgelassene Stimmung. Und kurz danach ist gefühlt die Welt untergegangen und jetzt sind wir wieder hier und die Stadt ist so kaputt.
Evil tongues would say that Kathmandu has been holding its dilapidated, cramped charm well before the quake. we decide to return through Freak Street back to the place where it hit us.
Namaste.
Namaste. But nothing much seems left of the former lodge.
Do you know what happened? Do you speak English? No? Ja, wir sind jetzt bei unserer Unterkunft, die wir beim Erdbeben hatten, Century Lodge. Und wie ihr seht, es gibt keine Unterkunft mehr. Und wir haben keine Ahnung, was damit passiert ist.
The owner explains that he had to demolish the building after the quake.
It was covered with bricks and everything.
And takes us inside. Memories from the lobby at checkout. Place goes dark. Then it's like a freight train roars past me. Floor liquefies beneath my feet. The usual recommendation: take shelter beneath furniture or a door frame. In our case, it's the door frame, where we are forced to wait for Lena, who has to slide down the swaying wooden stairs from the 3rd floor. As we smell gas, we rush out onto the street.
But it's very responsible of you that you said.
The long quake leaves cracks in the walls and floors.
Yeah.
We talk to the owner and ask why the house wasn't built to be earthquake-proof in the first place. Tradition, the cost, and the fact that a quake like this only happens about every 100 to 200 years on average.
And this time I'm going to put the lift also,
Yeah.
if it's necessary.
In any case, the spirits were kind to us in this one. The many stores here on Freak Street sell fitting souvenirs. We head back to our room with a direct view of Durbar Square, where our story continued. The ruins of the imperial palace of Pasantapur, at the heart of Kathmandu, south of the tourist quarter, surrounded by mountains.
Ja, und hier auf dem Platz, auf dem Pasantapur Square, sind wir dann von unserer Unterkunft quasi geflohen. Es waren ja nur ein paar Meter. Alles war voller Staub, weil hier so viel zusammengestürzt ist. Das Museum hinter mir ist eben auch zusammengestürzt, wie man sieht, bis jetzt noch nicht aufgebaut worden. Da waren auch Touristen drin. Und auf diesem Platz haben sich dann alle zusammengerottet und manche Leute haben gebetet und sich auf den Boden geschmissen, Allah Akbar und so weiter. Und dann stand man hier Stunden und wusste eigentlich nicht, was ist los.
It is here where we experience the first of many aftershocks. The beauty of this situation: everyone's the same. An unknown Nepali reaches for my hand. Everyone sticks together, riding it out. We don't like to show any more frightened faces here. Take this proud pagoda temple instead. Last night, though, and now. Temples and residential buildings are destroyed or no longer safe. Everyone spends the night outdoors, in public squares or, like us, in the city park. Our trekking equipment helps to a certain extent, but food supplies dwindle quickly, and the following night brings the first rain of the season. We realize how dependent we are as tourists on shelter and food. We are invited to a tent and provided with masala tea and cookies, in return for one roll of toilet paper, which is about all we realistically have to offer. People say true character is revealed in times of crises, and the Nepali don't fail to impress. The following day, the stacks of Pashupatinath are ablaze. Earth has claimed many victims. But cremation takes place here every day. Whether rich or poor, it's a great honor for Hindus to be brought down to this sacred river when it is time to go. It is simply a different culture, strongly connected to the realm of animals, spirits of ancestors, and earth. Which is quiet again in Kathmandu. For a few years, decades, who knows that anyways? In the meantime, there's a lot for visitors to marvel at. One would only have to leave some concerns and perhaps some Western expectations at home. The Nepali are moving on, and so will we, back into the mountains. For us, traveling is a direct way to support the people and economy. At the same time, of course, we want to overcome our own fears and look to the future. Because one thing is certain: traveling connects people and creates lasting memories. Kathmandu is still magical. A spiritual place, a place that invites you to pause and forces you to endure. Nepal is striving forward towards a young democracy while preserving its old traditions. Yeah, Kathmandu clearly shows that life always goes on. So, let's keep moving.